And welcome.
Welcome back to the FREEGEMS Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, you are now tuned into episode 136.
136.
You got G's to your right. You got K-Seconds to your left. My eyes are clearly fried right now because my allergies been whooping my ass for a week straight. We gotta talk about it. 'Cause, bro, people been looking at me like, yo, you good? Like, motherfuckers been looking at me in the elevator at my building like, yo, that's pink eye gang? Like, yo, that's pink eye? I'm like, yo, I swear to God, I'm good. Tonight what's going on. I had to damn near take my eyes out with my hands over the weekend.
Refurbish them.
You know what I'm saying? Word, yo, bro. Neither here nor there, though, man. Let's talk about it because we had a crazy-ass weekend. We definitely got to recap what happened on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Because, listen, first and foremost, we got to say shout out to Coach Mike. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Coach Mike Harris.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Coach Mike Harris, bro. Los Angeles Rams DB coach, you know what I'm saying? A.K.A. Kamal's old college roommate / teammate / great friend.
Yep.
Yo, bro. Shit, you can tell it better than I can. I'm over here telling y'all relationship.
So my college teammate, one of my best friends, he's one of the Rams coaches, DB coaches, and he had hit me last week, saying that the Rams played the Eagles in Philly and said he had tickets for me. So I say no more. Boom, boom, boom. So we ended up making the game. We ended up getting sideline passes for pregame.
This ain't no regular game, though. I got to make sure. He's making it sound way too regular, bro. The nigga hits us like, yo, bro, we got the playoffs. It's divisional round, a.k.a. the second round of the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I've never been to a playoff game. I've only been to like 3 NFL games in my life, and one of them was actually with you when we were like 10 years old. Shout out to Aunt Roz and whoever made that happen, but I remember that was a movie. You know what I'm saying? It was a preseason game, but we was damn near on the field.
That was right.
That was fire.
Against the Panthers. That's right.
Kamal hits me like, yo, we got sideline passes for the pregame. I said, sideline passes for the pregame? It's a movie. We get there, vibe, we get our passes, straight to the field real quick, chop it up for like an hour down there. That was a vibe. We got to run into Mikey right there before the game, you know what I'm saying? So all these monsters up close and personal, son, you don't realize how big these motherfuckers are in real life until you there, and you see this motherfucker with pads and a helmet. So a motherfucker 6'6" with pads and a helmet look about 6'10", motherfucker. Yeah. He looks crazy with cleats on. The shit was a movie, though, because we got to see a bunch of the announcers, people that you get that you see on TV every day.
Yeah, we were right there.
Literally right there on the field, like touching feet on land, as they say. But it's crazy too, because I remember. So I'm saying down. We standing right there on the sideline, and I'm like, yo, Shango, take a picture of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me get a pic so I can remember this moment. You feel me? I look up before he could even say "I" and pick up the phone. I'm not even noticing what the fuck he doing no more, because in my head, I'm like, yo, is that YG? I'm like, oh, I'm talking about YG's as close as Kamal is damn near to me. Maybe like 3-4 feet behind Kamal, where Kamal is right now. Yo, bro, and for y'all who don't know YG, I've always mentioned this in my top 5 favorite rappers. I don't know if Mark remembers this,
he was literally
but I
right
make
there.
sure I always mention YG's in my top 5 favorite rappers. So as soon as I see him, I'm like, y'all ain't gonna lie, I'm not even the type to go holler at celebrities, especially if I'm an actual fan. I don't want to fan out, but I'm like, I gotta go holler at this nigga. I just immediately beeline right to him. Like, yo, YG, what up, gang? I'm like, yo, what's up? I don't even remember. I said some shit like, yeah, I've been fucking with your music forever, bro. Like, yeah, I tapped into you in like 2010 back and just read up one. And like the light in his eye, you can see, like, it went off like, oh, he actually knows my music. Like, he realized I wasn't just a dude that was dapping him up because I realized he's somebody famous. Like, nah. I fuck with your music, gang. Feel me? Once I named this first mixtape, he was like, oh yeah, this that nigga right here. You feel me? But that was a cool little moment. That was definitely a cool little moment. Then I realized we signed up for the most Caucasian thing I've ever done in my life.
It was a snow game, mind you.
Bro, it was a fucking blizzard. The snow game is undermining what it really was. Around the halftime, the snow picked up and it never let down.
The visibility was crazy.
Yo, bro, but that shit was such an experience. It was. Like, on top of the fact that we were setting up high enough to see the perfect view of the whole game. Like, and that was a dope ass view to have, but the snow was something serious.
Yes.
Like, I don't know how to recap you. If you watch the games, the Buffalo game and the Phillies game was both covered in snow. That shit was like a winter wonderland. Like, there was some shit out of a movie. Like, it was like when you play Madden, you put the weather to extreme and put the motherfucking snow all the way up to 100%.
That's literally how it was.
Yo, bro.
That's what we used to do in Madden. Like, wind all the way up, snow all the way up. That was the game.
Yup, that was the game. That shit was super dope, man. Watching Saquon have a historical game was just like. He just quietly had 200 something rushing. I think he had like 200 on the dot or something like that. Cause home run hitter. You know what I'm saying?
He had two of them home runs.
Yeah, and besides that, the Rams had him held down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Besides that, he had like 20 carries for like 50 yards prior to them besides them two plays. But that's what he do.
Stafford was balling, and it's crazy being in Philly and rooting for the Rams. It
was a dangerous zone. We was playing a dangerous game. We were 2 out of like 6 or 7 LA Rams fans there. We aren't really LA Rams fans for real, but of course we were rooting for Mike.
Yeah, of course.
We were rooting for Mikey, so it's like, yo, fuck Philly, but you had to be low key.
Yeah,
you know anything about Philly fans, you might could die in there.
Yeah, they're not playing. They're not playing. They're ready to crash out.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I was telling him before. It's just like 80s and 90s basketball. In 80s and 90s basketball, they already had that 1 or 2 players on the team who was getting ready to get thrown out.
Yep.
Who had to go fight.
They know they got to snuff the first motherfucker acting up.
Yeah, so that's how Philly fans are. They already got them lined up. Who's gonna fight this week?
Yes,
everybody acting up. Those are the ones who start popping off. But.
Yep.
It was a great experience. Even though the Eagles won, it was a great game. We ended up, making it back safely and everything. It was
that was another
great experience.
That was another experience.
Yeah, I was driving
35 miles an hour from Philadelphia. You turn a fucking hour and 20-minute drive into a 2-hour and 30-minute drive, and you're like, yo, this shit's never gonna end, bro. This shit was insane. And mind you, I got home like 9:30. I shit you not. I was doing a tattoo by 10 o'clock. I didn't get done till like 4 in the morning. And like I'm telling you, I had the illest allergy attack, son. I literally scratched. Like my eyes right now have cuts on them, like on my eyelids. It feels crazy still, but thank goodness I'm not dealing with that fucking.
Yeah,
I had an attack that day, bro.
Yeah, you really.
I really was going through a panic.
He was really going through it. No, he was really.
I know. It was killing.
He was really going through it.
I've never been through no shit like that.
I'm glad you're good, and I'm glad during the game you were.
Oh
good.
yeah. That's snow. Calm. Ice. Your bro had to be like fucking 18 degrees.
Yeah.
11 at night when that wind started kicking.
Including that wind chill.
And then when you had
you was underdressed though. You was bugging out.
Yeah, I was in a hoodie with a Dickie jacket on.
He was dead in a hoodie.
I was chilling though. I'm not even sick. I'm chilling. I knew I was gonna be all right.
He was in a hoodie and a Dickie jacket. You was bugging out
with some polo sweats.
Yes.
And some Jordan 10s on.
Bugging out.
Yeah,
I had the whole shiesty.
Yeah,
was bugging out, bro.
Shiesty dreadlocks. You was chilling. You was in your own zone. But them hand warmers, hand warmers are very underrated, son. Yo, I swear to God, that shit started sending some heat up the rest of my body or something, bro. I was chilling. I was hoping I had more. I'm like, if I would have had more hand warmers, I would have threw these shits. I would have taped these shits along sides of my body. Yo, bro, them shits is elite. But we got to talk about it, man. There's been so much shit going on. We besides Sunday, Monday was not only MLK Day, you know what I'm saying, but it was also the day of the 2025 inauguration. What was it, the 47th president inauguration? Yeah, so the 47th president was officially sent into office, and I already know Kamal has a lot more to say about this than I do. But I want to know, do you think it was coincidence that it was on MLK Day, the inauguration, or do you think that was like a subliminal, like, we about to fuck with y'all right now?
That's a good question.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I think Obama's inauguration was the 19th of
I just feel like
January.
That's a good question. It's normally, don't quote me on this, I think it's normally the 3rd Monday in January.
It was the 20th one.
But I feel like this MLK Day was late. Normally it's the 2nd week, or am I bugging?
I honestly don't know. Isn't MLK Day supposed to be on his birthday?
Well, it's gonna be, it's always on a Monday.
Really?
Yeah, it's always, every year it's on a Monday.
Why? Just to give people a day off?
Just like Thanksgiving's on a Thursday every year. It's just one of those.
Thanksgiving is like Thanksgiving. MLK Day, isn't it based on his birthday?
Yes, his birthday is around. Yeah, I don't know exactly. Yeah, it's always on a Monday though.
Yeah, that's
so it's one of those that's always on a Monday. Just like Memorial Day is always on a Monday.
I mean, that makes sense though, because they want. I feel like that they're just trying to make sure you get a day off of work too.
Yeah.
Let's make this as official as we can by making sure you get a day off of work. You know what I'm saying? And school.
Yeah. So Trump was inaugurated, and he's already out here signing these executive orders. Did you hear of anything that he signed?
All I know is he brought back TikTok for like 75 days. I heard TikTok backlit for 75 days, and everybody's thanking Trump. And I'm like, yo, am I bugging? Bro. He just want to play on us by telling us TikTok's leaving and then tell us TikTok is back the same day.
That's the fascism playbook.
Yo, bro,
you create the problem, then you are the solution.
Ooh.
And now you're the hero. He was the one.
Damn.
Back in 2020, who called for the TikTok ban before it was banned. That got shut down.
That was very true. He was talking crazy about China has to stop.
Oh, and now it's all a ploy. And now he's the savior of TikTok. And now all these uneducated people talking about he's the one who came and swooped down and saved TikTok like he wasn't the initial person trying to get TikTok. That's the playbook. You create the problem, come in, swoop in, save the day, and now you're the savior. That is a playbook 101, and ignorant people fall for it all the time.
Yeah, I seen that shit from a mile away. I said, "Whoa, what you mean TikTok is back?"
It even said,
I'm like, motherfuckers spent the month stressing about TikTok, and the shit came back before 10 a.m. is crazy. Like, what was going on? The shit came out. It came back before breakfast. Like literally 12:30 at night, people was talking about TikTok's gone. Everybody's panicking. Motherfuckers talking about, yo, if they close OnlyFans, I'm gonna have to go back to working a regular job. Like, all I had was my TikTok and my only. Like, yo, bro. People lost their fucking minds for all of about 6 to 8 hours.
But some people, that's some people's job. Like,
it didn't even hit. That didn't
bro,
hit
you know
me.
how many people TikTok is there? That's how they make money, bro.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
like,
these creators, like,
I
yes,
knew, but
that's how they make money.
I didn't realize how many people make money off this thing I think called like TikTok Market, or it's like Facebook Market, but it's like TikTok. I don't fucking know. It's a storefront. I don't know, but you can sell a bunch of shit off of TikTok with one part of the app that they have. And I didn't realize how many people actually were involved in that, like, that aren't just necessarily like the most famous content creator. Exactly. I'm thinking the only way you make money on TikTok is by monetization of popular videos and getting millions of views. Apparently not.
Businesses,
right? Apparently, this whole business is being ran out there. I have never really been on TikTok.
So, I only have a TikTok because of the podcast.
Yeah, like I've never scrolled on TikTok in my life. So like I can't relate. But what I do know is the world was fucking outraged. You would have thought they were shutting down Instagram the way I see people bugging out over TikTok.
Yeah, and it's hilarious. But like I said, he tried to he set in motion to ban TikTok like 2020. You know, it never really went anywhere. And then after October 7th and whole Israel-Palestine, that's when it started picking up steam again. Mm-hmm. And one of the ones who created the bill being pushed through is pro-Israel, and they feel like, and all the politicians have said it, that they feel like they're losing the younger generation, and the younger generation has been very up and very brainwashed into siding with the enemy, and they wanted to take control of that. So part of the reason of the TikTok ban is the whole Israel-Palestine and how TikTok has swayed the public opinion, and a lot of it is the young people. So they realize they're losing the young people. So that's definitely part of the
youngest one more time. Like.
Absolutely.
And the youngest definitely the ones that's going for that whole, oh, Trump is out here saving us. He brought us back TikTok that fast. But I mean, I've heard there's like a billion different things. I heard there's like, wasn't like 20 different orders that Trump already signed or something like that. I know. Yeah, I'm sure you've got the list.
Would you like?
What I do know is one of his biggest priorities too was turning the Gulf of Mexico into the Gulf of America. And yo, bro, he's just out here doing shit,
bro.
And I respect it because it's like, yo, if I was president, I'm renaming some shit too. What you mean, Broadway? Vasquez Road. What you mean? Vasquez Road. What are you talking about? Main Street? No, I'm naming Legacy Ave. That is listen, I'm naming shit after my kid. I'm just doing shit because I can. You know what I'm saying?
See, he already signed a lot of executive orders. I'll read you some of the ones he's already signed.
Talk to me.
So, he withdrew from the Paris Climate Agreement.
The Paris Climate Agreement? I don't see, like, that's so past my realm. What do Paris and climate and an agreement have to do with any of the three things?
It's basically a lot of countries. The Paris Climate Agreement is to say that climate change is a big issue, and countries, you know, are in on it, saying that they're going to do stuff to remediate some of the climate change issues. So we're out of there now. There's only a few countries.
Trump's like, that shit do not benefit our pockets.
Only a few countries aren't a part of it. Correct. So
Captain Planet would be fucking disturbed.
Oh, well, he's rolling over his grave.
Where the fuck is Captain Planet when you need him?
So he withdrew from the Paris Climate Agreement. He announced a 25% tariffs on Mexican and Canadian imports. 25% starting February 1st. He withdrew from the World Health Organization.
What's that mean? What you mean he withdrew? That's crazy. Like, he was like, yo, I just don't want nothing to do with this.
Of course, yes. So we withdrew from the World Health Organization.
This motherfucker's an evil villain.
He reversed the Biden's administration criminal justice policy to eliminate the Department of Justice contracts with private prisons.
He wants to eliminate the Department of Justice policies with private prisons. That almost sounds like a good thing.
He reversed it. So Biden signed to where the private prisons would not get any contracts through the Department of Justice. He reversed it.
Oh, so they can do it. Oh, fuck.
Come on.
He's trying to make sure the government has some in on those private prisons. Is what he's basically saying.
He pardoned 1,500. He pardoned 1,500 January 6 rioters.
I'm freeing gang too. I ain't gonna lie. If that's me, I'm freeing them. If that's my gang, they all getting free. If you my cousin and you in jail for some bullshit and I become president, I'm coming to get you, gang. I'm coming to get you. I'm just saying.
He's trying to end birthright citizenship for illegal immigrants.
That's like if your parents are immigrants and you have a kid here, that kid is a citizen.
Yes. I think that's birthright citizenship. That's what we've always had.
Is that birthright citizenship? Or is it the fact that doesn't that also now make your mom automatically a citizen?
I don't think so.
I'm like pretty. No, you're right. It doesn't. Because I was born here and my mom didn't automatically get citizenship.
Yes,
so I don't know why I even thought that.
It's birthright citizenship. So he's trying to end that.
So I wouldn't even be a citizen.
If it wasn't for Trump.
Damn, Trump. It's like that. That's personal.
If both parents are illegals, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my parents for sure didn't come here right. They here now though.
He also rescinded President Biden's executive order to lower prescription drug costs for people in Medicaid and Medicare.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
So
that's fucked up. This shit gonna literally kill people.
Of course.
Like, oh, you can't afford it? Too bad.
So listen. My thing is, this is my takeaway.
Yeah, because I'm over here just getting my dumb shit. I want to hear what you got to say.
All of the Medicare and Medicaid elderly patients that voted for Trump, I hope all of their medicine skyrockets and they can't afford it anymore. Because that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted though. I don't have any sympathy for it. That's who they voted for. That's what they wanted. All of the Latinos for Trump. Mm-hmm. I hope they come after your family members first. God damn. All the Cubans, Venezuelans, Dominicans, Mexicans who are pro-Trump. I hope they come after your family members first. That's what they voted for. I don't have any sympathy for that.
You are 100% right.
I know right now. There's a Cuban restaurant owner right now. Only one of his employees are legal. Big Trump supporter. I hope they go round up all his employees and send them back. I hope he now he got to pay people, on the books now because he can't pay people. That's what they voted for. I don't have any sympathy. I hope they get exactly what they paid. Exactly what they asked for. I don't have any sympathy for it. This is what they asked for. So hey, it is what it is.
Nah, you're right though. It's not even an asshole way to look at it.
It's not. That's what they voted for.
If you go out, that's what makes it so weird though. Because sometimes you vote for a person and it's because they said this one part that sounded real, real good to you, and you didn't even really get to like do any research on the rest of the shit that they were saying this whole time. And it's also like even when you vote for them and they get elected, then all of a sudden they throw you a curveball and just start doing other shit like renaming the Gulf of Mexico. It's like, bro, nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for that. Why is that the first thing you do on Monday? What are you doing? Why is that the first thing that came out like 3 days before before the inauguration? It was like a week before the inauguration. I saw that title like Trump wants to rename the Gulf of Mexico. I'm like, he's just playing. Like he's doing too much.
It's the playbook has been forever. Regular everyday people have voted against the best interests for years upon years, generation upon generation, decade upon decade, and when you want to look at the far right and politically, they use scare tactics in order to do so. So it would be a poor white person or a poor minority who's on government assistance, but will vote against their best interests because of racism, homophobia, xenophobia, transphobia. They use all of these things that they hate, all this bigotry. They would rather vote against their best interests in order to get all these illegals out of here. These are people complaining about all these illegals and complaining that these other poor people need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. You're only in your situation because of yourself, but they're on government assistance. It just doesn't make sense.
You're right.
All these people voting against their best interests. So like I said, all of the elderly Trump supporters on Medicaid and Medicare, I hope they're the ones that get affected by this. Personally, just them. Because that's what they voted for. People always vote against, well, not people are always, but there are a lot of people vote against their best interests all the time. It's been like that since day one. Since day one.
No, you are right. And it's just kind of like what I said, though. Sometimes you're not fully educated on what they even voting for sometimes.
They thrive off the ignorance.
Yeah, you're right. And wait, who's the vice president right now?
JD Vance.
Yeah, he got to get his clout up, gang. I don't even know your name, kind of.
And that's ironic because both of their wives are immigrants.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's fucking perfect. I love it.
I think his wife is Indian, and it's funny because their base don't even like that.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
But Melania was illegal when she got here.
Oh man, Melania's still illegal when she here. She don't even like she from this planet for real. She really she looks unbothered high key nowadays. She's just like, I'm here, whatever.
I wanted to circle back on something because we talked about how they thrive off the ignorance and they prey on the ignorance of their base in order to further their cause. And have you ever heard the term the woke? You hear that recently?
Yeah.
You've been hearing that going on? A lot of the times when people say woke now, it's people on the right wing and they're using it condescendingly. The term woke. Now, woke was a term that originated in the black community.
Yeah.
There's a musician by the name of Lead Belly in 1938. He coined the term woke, to stay woke.
Damn.
And that came about because of the Scottsboro Boys, who were, of course, black men who were falsely accused of raping white women. So Lead Belly, said to stay woke, which is basically a term that black people took and used in order to be aware of the situation that you're in due to the system.
Right.
And now what the opposition now has bastardized the term in order to say, oh, you guys are woke. They're basically trying to chastise people from actually learning.
Right,
they're trying to chastise people about actually digging deeper than just the surface level. That's why they want to ban books in the education system, because they think that actual history is teaching the youth to hate America. They can't do that because that goes against their best interest. So they literally hijacked the term out of the black community, the term woke, and now they use that as a way to demonize people who are trying to seek the truth. They're trying to seek information. So they just literally they took the term from Black America and they bastardized it. Now they'll call it the woke left or the woke. Oh, you guys are woke, and they're trying to just make fun of the whole thing. They literally hijacked the term, but it's literally started in 1938 to tell black people in order to be aware of what's going on, be aware of your situation. The reason, because of context. Like I was telling you before, context is everything. They want to remove context from you. They want you to think that racism happens in a vacuum.
Yeah. No.
Racism doesn't happen in a vacuum. They think that they can flip the switch and there's no more racism. That's something that's been long-lasting, with long-lasting ramifications over generation of generation. And they think they can just sit here and have a cutoff switch and say, no, there's no more racism, and racism doesn't have any lingering effects. And if you think so, then you're just woke.
Yeah, damn.
That's
fucking crazy.
Context. They try to remove context is everything. They want to remove context throughout everything. Insane, when the oppressors will always start history when it's convenient for them.
Right, and create the timeline.
They will start history when it's convenient for them. So, for example, if today I say, if yesterday and before that you were barred from a certain level of education, or you were barred for a certain level of high incoming jobs throughout the history of your life, and I said, as today's the day I'm going to rescind that. Does that make up for all from the past of being miseducated, or not having the opportunities? No,
of course not.
Of course not. But that's how they want to move forward, and that's why they want to make it seem like it is. They want to remove the context of the situation.
Yeah.
So, for example, I'm just going to leave it at this because we got a lot to talk about. Let's say that there were two fields of the same plant being planted.
Right.
One field was given the right water, nutrients, and sunlight in order to grow their full potential.
Right.
Another field was not given the ample water, sunlight, and nutrients to grow to their full potential. Time passes, and I'm an outsider, and I'm looking at these two fields, And I'm like, damn, Field B, there must be something wrong with those seeds. No, there's nothing wrong with those seeds. It was the condition in which those seeds were able to grow. Exactly. And so now in Field B, when I finally give them the ample sunlight, nutrients, and water to grow to their full potential, they're already at a deficit.
Yeah. It's going to take time to catch up to these that have been growing for hundreds of years.
No. That's woke, though. That's woke. You can't. There's no such thing as racism. It doesn't work like that. They have the ample opportunity. They can go to any school they want. They can pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Do you see what I'm talking about?
100%. You see what I'm talking about? I was catching what you saying from the beginning.
It's removing the context. So in that context, you can, if you drop somebody off if you drop an alien off in that scenario I just laid for you,
like, oh shit.
Guess it's impossible for them not to be racist if you remove context. It's impossible for them to look at Field B like, damn, those seeds are horrible. And what happens in this society is those anomaly seeds in Field B that do grow to their potential, they snip them and ship them out. Those are the young athletes who have potential. Those are the young educational stars that have potential. They ship them out to the charter schools. They ship them out everywhere else. And then they would turn it back and look, wow, if those anomalies can grow in that field, there's no racism. That's what they look at the LeBron James. They look at the Oprah Winfrey's.
Right.
They look at the small percent that made huge strides and huge successes and say there's nothing wrong with all you guys because of these little examples. They're looking at it at a micro level, but not a macro level.
Right, and even knowing the history,
That's what I'm saying.
Context.
So it's context. Everything is context, and they want to remove context because it doesn't benefit them. It only hinders the progress that they're trying to make. Yeah. So they use all these buzzwords in order to get people to vote against their own best interest.
Damn, that's deep. Man. This shit is chess. But I mean, speaking of racism, I love that segue. Did you see the story about the Michael Jenkins and his wife and the man in Ohio?
Oh, yes.
Okay, cool.
Wow, I did see
knew
that.
You did. So yeah, as you were speaking about a lot of things you're talking about, it's just like about the alien getting dropped off in this area, and then it's like, damn, you're right though, because like. You would like it's fucked up because it is impossible to be racist because if all you know and all you see
is what you see
it's like, oh, on the news it's black on black violence, it's gang violence in Baltimore, Chicago, and Philadelphia, it's this shooting and that shooting, and that's all you know of these people. Then of course when I see these people I know, oh, those rapping people, these are the people that these them shooters, them gangbangers, like you just automatically think that. Meanwhile, this the richest dude on the block. This is the Michael Jenkins and his wife. He's a real estate developer. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, okay, so there's a real estate developer named the Michael Jenkins and his wife. I forget her name.
Yes.
Pardon me, but in his video, he had a Ring camera on his front door, and he's in the middle of Ohio in this very affluent, rich neighborhood.
Yes.
And it just so happens that he literally has the nicest house in the neighborhood. He's a real estate developer, and in the video, there's this lady, a white woman. She's with her two kids.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? One's old enough to walk. The other one's in a stroller. She's at his front door, and he's in his car pulling up to the driveway. So he's in his car, coming from the street, and he's slowly creeping to kind of see, like, who's that at my driveway. Now, let me describe the Michael. The Michael's a pretty heavy-set dude, big dreadlocks, like thick dreadlocks. Not like how you have simple dreadlocks, like just thinner ones.
You can tell you from the south.
He has like a couple thick dreadlocks. Yeah. So you can see from a distance, them dreadlocks. That's not just long hair, because from a distance, you could just look like you might just have long hair. You can tell these big, bold dreadlocks. So, for whatever reason, the woman asked him, hey, do you live here? He's in his car still, but he's creeping slow to like look at. He's like, what are you doing here? First he asked, what are you doing here? Then she asked, do you live here? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, I don't believe you. And as she's saying this, she starts to like grab her child out of the stroller, and he starts to I guess he was beginning to approach into the driveway, and she decides to just grab the baby and start running. And I'm telling you, not only does she start running, but she starts screaming for help.
Literally, help
at the top of her lungs, to the point where you can hear her running, and they have other Ring camera footage of her running from yard to yard, like running past the yard. And he gets out of his car, and he's confused as hell. She's gone, obviously. The stroller's still there. She's gone running, screaming for help. He gets in his house and asks and tells his wife what just happened. And he's like, yo, I don't know what just happened, but I know I just got here, and this lady started running and screaming for help at the top of her lungs. And I literally just asked her what she was doing here because she was at my house. And so it was so apparently the white woman comes back with her husband, and he's asking like, yo, what happened? She told me she was being chased, and then DeMichael's wife goes outside to speak because DeMichael's actually terrified. He's like, I don't know what just happened, but he's a black man. I'm not about to go back out there. There was just a white woman out there screaming for help, and I literally didn't even get close enough to do anything. All I was asking, what are you doing here? And then she told me that I can't live here. Like, there's no way I live here. She couldn't believe me. And, you know, it's just wild because when you see the footage and you truly see that he did absolutely nothing. There wasn't an aggressive gesture. The tone of his voice wasn't aggressive. Nothing about it. He wasn't even outside the vehicle yet.
No.
And she ran off when the husband came back. He said that she told him he was being chased. Now, and mind you, DeMichael's inside the house. Now, I want to hear your thoughts on this because, as we know, nothing actually was occurring. She came back. She went off screaming, and then DeMichael and his family decided to release the footage on their Facebook group just to advise people like, yo, this was going on in the neighborhood. And then this got released in November, and it's just now going viral. But I want to hear your thoughts on it because I got a lot of things to say.
So my thoughts on it is a situation like that has been going on in this country for a while, and there have been a lot of black men who have been accused of stuff just like that, and there are a lot of black men who have been lynched for stuff like that.
Bro, all I can think
just for existing. Literally just for
seeing that shit made me think Emmett Till. Like,
literally.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and Emmett Till's the famous example.
Right.
There's so many. How many other examples that we don't even know about? That's not even as famous, to where she could just say she's feeling unsafe, or let's say in a police situation like that.
You know, I forgot to mention. By the time they were outside having that conversation between Michael Jenkins and his wife and the woman and her husband, the police came. She called the police. The police were there. They ended up showing up to the scene. But go ahead. So yeah, this could turn into a police situation, which it did become a police situation.
Yeah, and there's been countless stories of stuff escalating, all from him slowing down because someone's at his front door and pulling in the driveway. Do you live here? Yeah, I live here. Oh, I don't believe you. So it's nothing but the fact that it was caught on camera. Because if it wasn't caught on camera, now anything goes. But the fact that this was caught on camera just shows exactly what happened, exactly different than her story. And, saying she was chased and help. That's an alarm. And they were in Ohio. It could have went left quick.
A real gun stay, exactly. Her husband could have came back over there strapped up, which honestly, I assume he was strapped up coming back there. Because when you coming back there to resolve, even if she was being chased, that you were there to press a line of if she was being chased, who was chasing her? What the fuck? What's up? There's no way he came outside at that time of night without a gun. I don't think so. Especially if his wife was telling him he's afraid and got chased.
Listen. That's my wife with my kids. She said
my
help.
Kids are out there.
She's talking about help, that she was chased. He wouldn't be in the wrong for going there strapped. You know what I mean?
Anything could have occurred. She could have got her husband to come out there and shoot him, and it would have been nothing but, oh, this man had chased me. We came outside to see if he was still around. We saw him. We thought he was armed. We shot him. Self-defense. Case closed. Wife and children got chased. Done up.
Yeah, easily.
It wouldn't have even mattered if he was never living next door.
No.
It wouldn't have even mattered.
We were just talking. I just brought up the Scottsboro boys.
And if you think about it too, what if he would have came outside strapped just in case to protect himself? Because he's like, who the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Is that a setup? What's going on? Are these people trying to get me to come out my house? What is this? You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. So now, let's say he comes outside strapped on his waist, whatever it is. Now, when the husband and wife come back to respond, and the husband does shoot DeMichael, all of a sudden he was an armed black man that chased his wife a few minutes ago. None of this was on camera. It's hearsay.
Yep.
R.I.P. to Michael Jenkins. Like, bro, that shit was wild.
The fact that it was caught on camera is the one that saved everything.
And the fact that it was caught on camera really is what disturbing part. It was disturbing to see somebody tell somebody, I don't believe you. What the fuck does that mean?
And not only that,
what you mean?
Did you see?
What do you want me to do? Let me show you my ID? You didn't let me get close enough to show you my ID, gang. Like, what was he supposed to do after you said, I don't believe you? Like, yeah, that's wild.
She also came back on Facebook and posted with the
crying,
crocodile tears. She said, I'm not going to apologize for how I feel.
Hey, listen.
I am the lead. It's the same. I'm not racist. I've never been racist. Poor me. And they've been leaving negative reviews on her business and everything. And then it came out that, you know, that this is not the first. Well, basically, there was Reddit accounts in the past that have called out her on certain racism on certain racist things. Yeah.
Things that she's done.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, and you know what? Like, I get the fact that as a woman, she might have been afraid of seeing somebody creeping up slow at the time of night. She's got her kids. You got to go into protection mode. Why is this car creeping up on me? You know what I'm saying? But that erases the fact that why the fuck was you on his front porch?
Because she wanted to get, you know, her side of the story was she's walking at night with her kids.
Right.
This creepy truck pulls up, creeping along.
Right.
So she went to the first house that she, you know, in order for protection, she went to the first house she could, and he so happened to pull up in that driveway. That's her side. That's her side.
Because listen, I forgot to mention, he did say when he said, I was looking at my Christmas lights. That's what he was saying. He had just put up the Christmas. Like I said, this was in November. So he was saying he was putting up the Christmas. He had just put up the Christmas lights. So he was staring at his Christmas lights to see how they were looking. So, so like I said, it's a little confusing because I'm like, yo, why would the woman like just be on his front porch? I get it now. She turned into the first house. I get it. So then she panicked, ran in there. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. And she didn't give it even a chance of like letting the dude explain himself. She just seen black man, dreadlocks, gotta go run, help.
I don't believe you. But I would.
But now, do you think if that was fucking regular old Tom Smith, do you think her reaction would have been the same?
No, I don't think there's a world where she said I don't believe you. If he came out looking like a white man.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I don't think there's a situation where she would have been like, I don't believe you, even if she was scared at the moment. Yeah. As soon as she saw his face and he was white, I don't think there's a situation where she said I don't believe you. I think it was the fact that he was black,
right,
that she didn't believe him, and then she started running, calling for help. So, you know.
Yeah, man, it was just a wild situation to see because. Man, like you said, this is the one situation where it's on camera, but like you really don't know how these things could go. Like it could really go left. And luckily, the Jenkins family handled it correctly and didn't overreact, didn't get angry, didn't get upset, none of that. Because that's got to be really upsetting. Because I'm not gonna lie, like what? And then on top of that, he's been living there for 3 years. They've been developing that house. They just kind of finished building it, and he built it from the ground up, which is why his house is way nicer than everything else. But it's like, you mean to tell me, woman, that you've never seen this guy in your life? You've never seen this guy. You guys live 2 blocks over from each other, and he's probably the one black family. They said they were pretty much the only black family there. He's the one black guy there. Big dude, dreadlocks. You've never seen him. Never. I don't know. Like, I feel like they would stick out like a sore thumb to the point you had to have at least seen them.
But if there wasn't that video and something would have escalated from there, who knows would have actually been the results of everything. I'm glad A, nobody was hurt, and B, they had that video, that Ring camera video.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. But yeah. So in other news, shit. I mean, I do want to make sure we say shout out to Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? I know we just
shout out Buckeyes.
I mentioned sports earlier, but I gotta shout out to Ohio State. They just won their national title. That was fire. Jeremiah Smith, I believe his name is.
Freshman.
Yeah, he's future #1 pick in the draft. I think that's sanctioned.
Freshman.
Yo, bro, insane, bro. That game was dope.
They were way too stacked.
Yeah, there was nothing you could do about it. Shout out to Notre Dame though. They did their thing.
Yeah, they did.
They did what they had to do, but Ohio State, they showed they were clear.
Big shout out to Ohio State. They'll have a lot of people in the draft this year.
Mm-hmm. And I know we definitely gotta, as we speaking of Ohio State, you know, number one Ohio State fan, we gotta talk about all this news that's been coming out about LeBron. Now, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but it's been a lot of pillow talking, a lot of chit chat.
Pillow talking is right.
Yo, it's been a lot of out of pocket shit, a lot of bro codes being broken. So if you haven't seen, the story broke recently, just last week. DJ Academics and Drake, they were going back and forth in the DM, and apparently some DMs were exposed, and it ended up. I mean, just to fast forward you through the story, it ends up coming out that Drake's the academics pretty much saying like, yo, listen, it's a pretty well known fact that Drake and LeBron be running around. Allegedly fucking, you know what I'm saying, fucking all types of bad bitches.
Drake been throwing oops.
Right, Drake's been throwing LeBron oops. Drake's team is allegedly that Drake's team is the ones who throw LeBron the oops for the side hoes when he come to Toronto, or they're linking up in Mykonos or where the fuck they at, you know what I'm saying? And they saying that the moral of that story, not the moral, the point of that story is that Eric now is coming out that they're trying to put this LeBron slander out, that LeBron cheats on his wife. He's been cheating on his wife the whole time. He's been a cheater. That's what he does. He's just really rich and isn't able to hide it, and it's like getting enough girls signing NDAs and giving enough hush money. But these bitches know how to shut the fuck up because they're living amazingly. And honestly, I don't think that's ever been a secret. Like, the motherfucker's a billionaire. He's LeBron James. Of course he gonna have some bitches. You know what I'm saying? Why we gotta talk about that? You know what I'm saying? But I want to hear your thoughts on this. This is an elite level of pillow talk. This is like a astronomical.
I got two things. So
tell me,
Drake's song that came out, it just said alluded to. We don't really know if he's talking about Bron, that that he can tarnish your nice guy image, or I'm paraphrasing here. One, we don't know if he was speaking about LeBron. Two, we don't know if Drake gave Act the okay to even say anything about this. Mm-hmm. But if he did, that's elite level pillow talking, and that's the first degree indictment. First degree indictment from pillow talking. Yeah. And academic. See why I don't like act, bro? You see I don't like academics?
A lot of people don't. Spurs hate act.
Can't stand them. I can't stand them because, first of all, if Drake put the barrier back to pillow talk about another man and try to tarnish his relationship, trying to tarnish his reputation, that's one thing. But if you on your own decided to, on Drake's behalf, talk about the stuff that LeBron was doing, cheating on his wife and everything, I've seen a lot of people fall out. I've fallen out with a lot of people myself, and there's certain stuff that's taboo that you don't do.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, nah, like, I don't have no respect for stuff like that. Yeah. No respect for something like that. You gonna do that about another grown man? You really gonna talk about another grown man's business? You're not even involved. Yeah. It ain't even like it was me and you. Right. You talking on behalf on another man about what another man was doing. Yeah. Just because you're on the side of somebody. Yeah. Like, nah, bro. That's why I have no respect for stuff like that, bro. Yeah, because there's certain lines you don't cross. There's certain lines you don't cross, and when you're fanned out, he's fanned out. I don't even consider him like, I consider him like Fox News. You're so one-sided, is it really the news? You're so one-sided that you'll do anything to make that side look good. You'll pull out reports or you'll say certain stuff in order to slander the other side when stuff doesn't even need to be said. I don't have no respect for stuff like that, bro. No respect at all.
Definitely not for the pillow talking, but I would say, like, if you watch enough X content, like the fact that I've been probably watching him since like 2012, 2013, I can say he's pretty objective. It's just the ones that make the headlines seem very one-sided.
Not with this whole Drake thing recently and Kendrick thing, bro. Not his academics TV page has been doing a whole lot of slander. What about this? What about It's not one-sided. It's always been one-sided.
Listen, what I do know is that the Drake LeBron the tag team has to be probably the craziest two-man mission ever. You know what type of fly shit niggas is on, yo? Like what?
This has to be one of the craziest pillow talkings of all time.
No, yeah, definitely.
Of all time, bro.
It's up there. D-Lo, D'Angelo Russell definitely was. He's a legendary.
Oh, he's legendary.
Kobe, low key. I mean, RIP.
High key. Kobe, why are you saying like? See,
I'm saying Kobe did wrong. I don't want to talk on the dead too bad. Why? You know what I'm saying? But it's a fact, Kobe. You did wrong. You did wrong. You did wrong. There's a lot. You threw Shaq under the bus. That was crazy.
There's a lot of PT in. Yeah. But those are high level. But those are all first person. You talking off the strength of another nigga because you're a Drake fan. Yeah. You spilling tea about another man because of your fandom.
Spilling tea is hilarious.
Because of your fandom. I don't have no respect for stuff like that. No respect for it at all.
I mean, I definitely feel that. I don't think. You know what? I think I watched too much academics to form an opinion, like the way you're forming it, just because I've seen his objectiveness and I've seen him come at Drake. I've seen him come at everybody else. But
have you seen it? Not since the whole Kendrick shit.
I definitely have. I'm telling you, I follow him on a daily basis. Like I watch his streams.
I see the tweets I see from the academic
That's what I'm
page.
saying. That's what you're gonna see.
Those are the but if he does, okay, but if he does do that, it doesn't show up on the highlights.
That's what I'm saying. It only
shows.
That's literally what I just said.
But he controls the highlights.
It shows. Not really, because the titles get taken and then they get sent this way, and the ones that are really gonna be popping are the ones with Drake's name in it.
Guess what? That's clickbait. That's bull. That's what I don't respect people who clickbait. That's what I'm talking about. It's not. There's no integrity in clickbaiting. You do shit for the headlines.
Yeah.
That's why I don't respect it. Mm-hmm. I don't have no respect for it.
The real issue at hand too wasn't even about the whole exposing the LeBron shit though. What's crazy is I forget what they was even talking about. But the whole reason why that DM even came out is because
it's because of the lawsuit.
No. It's because a person from Drake's camp was trying to sue Drake for some. See, you don't even know this. There's a person from Drake's camp, a former designer that worked for OVO. He was trying to sue Drake for I forget exactly what though. He was alleging something stupid like I think it was like he was being underpaid or some shit or didn't get paid or something like that. And he tried to do some other shit. Fuck, I really wish I could jog my memory right this second because this was last week, but. He was trying to sue Drake, and Drake posted the DMs. The dude posted the DMs with Drake, the designer dude. He posted the DMs with Drake, and academics hit Drake like, yo, is this true? Drake told him no, and then kind of find out that it was true. So then hit Drake like, yo, bro, like, are you lying to me? Like, because like that's crazy. Like
I remember he said
it was like, yo, if you're lying to me, then that's crazy because now you fucking up my credibility. Yeah, I'm lying to my fans as much as I fuck with you, Drake. I can't be lying to my fans, which shows the objectiveness I'm talking about. That was all exposed that Drake lied to him, and then it's like nobody's gonna talk about that. They're just gonna talk about the fact that. I heard when academics broke the news of LeBron, the whole LeBron shit. I was watching the stream. He was talking to No Jumper when he did. There was a phone call. He was just on the phone with them. And it was like, man, motherfucker, because he was explaining why LeBron owes loyalty to Drake, and he was like, man.
He's pillow talking,
right?
Off the strength of another man,
and it was just, you could hear that niggas he was just talking.
Hands and feet put on him for shit like that.
He was talking, yeah, facts.
That ass.
He said some real quick shit, and then. Adam 22 Hike, he was the one who ran with the. So you're saying they had the craziest two-man team of all time?
But no.
And it turned into a conversation that went left. It just went left, and it turned into LeBron cheats on his wife.
But yes. But what I was saying before is the DMs was compared. What they were talking about in the DMs was about the lawsuit.
Yeah.
He was comparing LeBron in the DMs with the guy who exposed it. Mm-hmm. It was about the lawsuit though. Yeah. That's what the DMs was about. So. We was both kind of right.
Yeah. Well, either way.
Any thoughts on this lawsuit and the fact that Drake is naming streamers and reactionary channels for the not like us as well? Did you ain't see that?
Nah.
What are your thoughts on the whole lawsuit in general and everything?
I mean, honestly, like. We talking hundreds of millions of dollars. I think Drake needs to go get that money. Like, I'm suing the fuck out of UMG my damn self. Like, if I'm Drake, I'm suing the shit out of UMG. Just because of the simple fact that it makes sense. Like, what the play UMG ran is crazy. They
allegedly.
I mean, is it alleged? Like,
yeah. It's
a conflict of interest. Like, if you own the rights to both of these people's music, and Kendrick has a short-term deal, Drake's about to be due for another big contract. You know, you just gave him $400 million. They saying Drake's new contract was going to be worth $700 to $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? And now you use the short-term deal you have with Kendrick. You promise Kendrick, yo, look, we're going to make you the biggest rapper in the world. We can market you to a whole nother level. This whole beef happens. Kendrick takes these random shots out of nowhere, and we act like it's just on a Future song. First of all, Kendrick don't even do features. Then says, when the fuck do we hop on a Future track with Metro Boomin? And then he goes and just comes crazy at Drake, like, fuck you, what's up, let's do this. And then all of a sudden, this pops off. It's been a play this whole time. So then what happens is UMG now uses the Kendrick and the Not Like Us shit to downplay, to get Drake's streams to go down because everybody's jacking this, we not fucking with Drake shit. Not everybody, but there's a large percentage of the world is like, we not listening to so much Drake this time, his streams go down a percentage. And when you talking about your streams going down even just 5-10%, when you talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, that's a big portion of your money. You know what I'm talking about? Like 10% of 400 million is 40 million. I'm coming to get that. And I'm just throwing the random numbers. I'm just saying, your shit going down just a little bit allows UMG to now, when they come back to try to re-up on Drake's deal, they're like, well, listen, buddy, you're streaming this much less now. Their back catalog streamed this much less this year. You're back, and they're using that to leverage the new deal with Drake. And in the midst of all that, they're also using that to now leverage with Kendrick, like, yo, look at what we just did for you. We just made you bigger than Drake. You're at the Super Bowl. Where's Drake at? Home? At the Raptors game or some shit in the middle of February? So that's what Drake's idea. Like, you can see how that makes a lot of sense for UMG to corroborate that and make it make sense. Because not for that, it's been proven that song was botted. Not like this was botted crazy. They put all types of extras on them views. There's no way you can say they didn't. And then the rest was just like over marketing, but I don't know if that's illegal. But I know botting it to make it look bigger is a thing that's been done since the beginning of time.
Literally.
Since before YouTube and all that. When people's record labels would go buy 100,000 copies of their physical albums of their own artists, just so it says you sold 100,000 copies plus whatever you actually sold, it makes it look a lot better. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like that's kind of like the background info of to why I feel like Drake has to sue. Like, what? I need that bread. He's not suing Kendrick. He's suing UMG. Really don't got too much to do with Kendrick at all. It's more like y'all playing with my money by trying to make me look like a smaller artist, by making your artist look bigger, and now you're winning on both ends because you get to offer me less money now, and you get to keep him for a longer term deal, and now we under the same umbrella. It's a conflict of interest. So what do you think? And I'm gonna say this 1,000 times. I'm more of a Kendrick fan than I'll ever be a Drake fan. But I had to say what's right is right, and that is a sick, twisted plot to go get you some extra hundreds of millions of dollars.
We'll see how this plays out. But my thing is, I think that throughout this entire thing, that you can tell that Drake and Drake fans are not really hip hop.
Damn.
They're Drake fans.
Damn.
They're not hip hop fans.
I mean, Drake's that big. He's his own thing.
That's what I'm saying.
You're right.
They don't care about the culture.
Yeah, the integrity of hip hop.
Neither does he.
Yeah.
Neither does he. He doesn't care about none of that because he's not like us. Damn. That's what Kendrick said. Yeah. No, but this is the first time in the history of rap beef where litigation has been brought out because
he's not suing Kendrick though.
Kendrick is the catalyst. If it wasn't for Kendrick,
suing Kendrick.
This is the first time in the history of rap beef. He's literally had. Did you read the lawsuit?
No, I didn't read the
line by line talking about not like us. Literally the song.
I'm very well aware that it's not like us. Right.
So Kendrick is the catalyst for it.
Right.
If there wasn't no Kendrick, there'd be no lawsuit. If there was no beef, there'd be no lawsuit. You got to realize, hip hop derives from the culture, and the culture is derived. The roots derive from the struggle in growing up in an oppressive society and not being able to trust law enforcement, not being able to trust and going through litigation, right? So when there's in a cultural disagreement, that is duked out upon each other without the judicial system getting involved. And I don't think Drake cares anything about that because he doesn't come from that. Yeah. And he's not hip hop.
He's like, yeah, I need my bread. Fuck a rap battle, fuck a Papa Doc, fuck the free world. I need my bread.
And I think that when it comes to hip hop, it just shows that he's really not hip hop.
Yeah.
And I also think that his arrogance and his cockiness got in the way. He came to this battle unprepared. He never fathomed he was going to lose this battle. He went from doing early victory laps to disrespecting by putting Pac on an AI track, right? Mm-hmm. Telling him drop, 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 doing backflips.
Yeah.
It went from that to the unbotheredness, to the weird memes talking about he's unbothered. Lil Yachty came out in an interview, said Drake's unbothered, and now you want to snap this lawsuit on top of that?
Sound bothered. It sounds very bothered.
And then Drake fans want to pivot this and act like he's some freedom fighter, like he's fighting against the machine. He's been the machine for 15 years. He don't give a damn about the little man. He don't give a damn about the independent artist. This is all self-serving. He don't care about nobody but himself. He lost the battle, and now he's trying to do everything in his power. He was talking about, he named, like I said, streamers and reactionary channels, talking about, even though he told Kai Cenat to stay on stream just so he can stream his song on there.
Yeah.
he wants to talk about the safety and everything that Kendrick put his mansion that was featured on so many different magazines and the safety for his family and stuff. But you talk about you,
album cover, right?
But you talk about you got mob ties. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. He's playing both sides of the fence.
Is it the streets or not?
That's what I'm saying.
Is this hip hop or not?
Yeah, I don't
Is this hip hop or not?
It's not. It's not at all.
You're right.
Not at all.
Fuck.
Not at all. It's not hip hop at all.
Hey, Drake, look.
And personally,
get your money, gang, but you fucking up. I ain't gonna lie.
And personally, I think that when it comes to the hip hop community, it's over for Drake. But Drake is so big in himself
that he just has.
It doesn't matter.
Damn.
He has his fans. His fans will ride with him.
They're not even hip hop.
No,
you're right.
They're not hip hop.
So it
they
doesn't
don't care
matter.
about that. They don't care about any. They don't care about the culture.
What you're saying is that Drake is no longer invited to the barbecue.
But I'm saying,
are you revoking his barbecue pass?
Nah, I can't do that. but he's so big. But I'm saying he's so big, he's gonna be invited anyway by his fans. Damn. But when it comes to the hip hop community and other artists, I don't think they'll look at him the same way. But he can morph his way so many different ways between. He's pop. He's not rip. He's not hip hop. This shows he's not hip hop.
But he'll never be on a show with Tribe Called Quest. KRS-One.
But he's not a freedom fighter. They point him out that as they try to make him out to be. He's very self-centered, selfish. He had no intentions of losing this. He thought he was gonna blow Kendrick out the water.
He did.
And the amount of bots, streams. I'm not saying there wasn't, but it still had over 1 billion views, 1 billion streams, and
damn.
It was the biggest song out of the beef, and he got his ass kicked at his own game. And you can't tell me you can't tell me that a song like Tootsie Slide went '1. I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that. That was a #1 track. I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that. Mr. Payola, I'm not hearing that. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's been done under the table forever.
Facts.
And not only that, he's had some drops, right? He's had some drops this year. Some of them were pretty all right, but they didn't go without the label push, right? So what you're saying is it's not because of lack of talent. What if the label doesn't push you like they have been, Drake? They weren't their golden talent anymore. Because some of the songs he's dropped might have went. If it was 2-3 years ago, those might have went, but they didn't do shit. You know why? Because the label didn't really back them like that. So we all really talent, but what would you be without that label? What would you be without that label?
They not like us. They not.
What would you be without that label? So all I'm saying is, yeah, he doesn't care.
My son got smoke. My son got smoke. He don't care about hip hop.
Putting the wood.
He got smoke.
Putting the wood.
God damn.
Putting the wood, and he's making it worse on himself. He's making it worse on himself.
Listen.
And we'll see what happens at the end of this lawsuit. So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, man. I mean, for sure, we're going to see what happens, man. But for now, we're going to have to tune out, man. It's the end of the episode. We're going to have to get back in next week because we do got some more topics I want to touch on. But I know scheduling, I got to go. And on top of the fact that it's been just about an hour, too. So I know, listen, man, I appreciate y'all for being able to tune in.
Yes, thank you guys for the Free Gems Podcast.
Commenting. Y'all go ahead and keep on commenting, keep on sharing, keep liking, keep subscribing, doing all that good shit. Go on Instagram, say something negative. Tell me how much you hate my outfit. Tell me something good. Tell me something bad. Don't care. It's lit. We just need all them interactions, man.
Thank you guys so much for if you're still with us, and if you just started watching us, welcome. This is gonna be a nice journey.
Tell a friend to tap in.
Thank you guys so much. Free Gems, we out of here.